What do you think should be different with this approach with Daniel?
Kevin, you know what surprised me the first time is Daniel is not only the best wrestler in the division, he's arguably the best wrestler the division has ever seen, but he didn't use his wrestling. He made it a kickboxing match against Jon Jones. I like the boxing part. I like the wrestling part. I did not like the kickboxing part.
Yes.
The kicks made the difference, particularly when you understand the separation that Jones has with his reach advantage. I think, Daniel, you'd agree.
Yes, I do. You know, and Kevin, I would have liked to use the wrestling more.
Yeah.
You know, Jon didn't really allow me to use it as much as I needed to in that fight. And I wasn't able to control distance as easily as I would like to.
I'm going to hold your belt.
Hey, this is the closest you're going to get to that. Make sure you brought your mouthpiece. Did you bring that mouthpiece?
No.
You may have to fight for it.
Chael's got it. Show me here about how he took you down and also the distance.
So when I'm fighting Jones, as I was going into Jones was getting kicks off on me, body kicks, sneaking him right up under. He was kicking me in the knee. He was actually getting into my body and investing in later in the fight where I got tired from the knees and the kicks and the punches. I've got to be off this center line as I'm approaching him and moving my head so that I'm not running into the jab, not running into the big left hand. And I also need to control wrists. When Chael's holding me against the wrist, Jon's very good at that. He walks you to the fence and he uses his length to slide me back. Right here, he will change position and attack single, double. You cannot defend those positions. So even if I'm the better wrestler in theory, it's harder to wrestle against the fence. So I have to. You can't sprawl. I can't get my leg split. And he also has an 84-inch reach, so he just wraps around. Kevin, there are a lot of things that I had to change going into this rematch. I believe that me and my team at the American Kickboxing Academy, we've got to figure it out.
What do you see? What do you want to see?
I
here?
see that belt holding you down. You are hardly even holding up straight.
It looks great on me.
That thing's 12 pounds of gold right there.
Trust me, I'm taking this with it. It looks very good on me. I'll keep it and I'll hold it up until July 9th, and then I'll come back and give it to you if you deserve to win it.
Kevin,
let me tell you something, Kevin. I'm taking that back with me before I leave.
And I want to answer your question honestly because Daniel is a better fighter now. He's been through a few wars. Jon Jones was on a little bit of a suspension. So for me, the question might not just be, is Daniel a better fighter than he was the first time they fought? It might be, is Jon regressed a little bit from the first time they fought?
What do you think about that?
You know what? I believe that he has regressed a little. The last fight, he did not look like he usually does. There are a lot of things that changed in the game since he left, man, and a lot of it is my experience. But for any person that's analyzing this fight, as Chael said, you know, how much better have I gotten, and how much has Jon come back? Is the gap closed enough for me to get the win? I believe it has. I don't know what the general public feels, but I know what I feel.
Before we go, tell me his strength here in the octagon. Is there a spot specifically where Daniel's at his best?
Yeah, Daniel needs to be in close. Look, this is a two-time Olympic wrestler, okay? He's got to get in close. But in the last fight, as an analyst, Daniel, you stayed out here. When Jon Jones with that reach, particularly when we can attack those legs, you've got to get in close. Now, Daniel knows that he doesn't need me to tell him, but the trick, Kevin, will be for him to actually do it. He's got to get inside. He just told us he needs to do this, but he's got to do it. Once he starts attacking, he also needs to use that wrestling. We didn't see that in the first contest.
Let me tell you, man, it is not rocket science. Wrestling got me here, and I've got to use it in order to defeat Jones.
What's amazing is 7 years ago, he's with his buddies in Oklahoma watching UFC 100 saying, I'm going to fight. I think I'm going to get into this profession. And look at you now, 100 events later, you're headlining.
100 UFC pay-per-views later, I'm headlining it. Kevin, give me my belt.
No, I'm taking it.
Give me my belt.
Look forward to it. July 9th, Daniel Cormier versus Bones Jones. Chael, thank you so much, and good luck, Daniel. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
SportsCenter AM continues.